Picture this, you are standing at the heart of a city, and it's like a storm is breaking loose around you. Fear, anger, and panic are everywhere. And everyone is shouting, looking for answers. And then, all eyes turn to you. You are supposed to have the solutions. So what do? Do you dive headfirst into the chaos, or do you find a way to stay calm and see through the storm? This was the reality for Pericles, a leader in ancient Athens. Athens was a proud city with a big heart, but they had a deadly enemy, Sparta. And one day the news hit hard. Sparta was ready to bring war to Athens' doorsteps. Imagine the fear, the worry. People wanted to protect their city, their family, and their way of life. They didn't know how to face this threat, and therefore emotions ran high. At that moment, Pericles did something most leaders wouldn't even think to do. Instead of shouting louder than everyone else, he stayed quiet. And then, he didn't raise his voice, didn't make promises he couldn't keep. He just stood there. And slowly, the noise around him began to settle. Everyone stopped and listened. There was something powerful about his calm presence. So he didn't tell them what they wanted to hear. He didn't promise a fast victory. Instead, he simply laid out a plan. If we stay inside the city walls and protect our people, we will be safe, he said. Let the Spartans waste their strength trying to pull us out into a fight. We will hold strong and use our navy to stay supplied. And therefore, he concluded, over time, they will get tired, their resources will run thin, and we will still be standing. It wasn't a battle cry, it was a call to patience, to self-control. It took courage because people wanted action. So days turned into weeks, and Pericles' plan was put to the test. Outside the city walls, the Spartans were tearing down Athenians' fields, destroying farms, crops, and homes. Imagine the Athenians watching from behind the walls, hearing the destruction and feeling their anger rise. Some people even cursed Pericles, calling him a coward for not letting them fight back. But Pericles didn't waver. He knew that sometimes strength isn't about swinging a sword, it's about knowing when to hold back, even when it's the hardest thing to do. And then, out of nowhere, disaster struck. A deadly plague swept through Athens, killing many, even those who believed in Pericles' vision. So as the people grew sick, weak, and terrified, they started to lose hope. They felt abandoned and betrayed. Pericles himself fell ill, and as he lay there dying, he could see the anger and the blame in people's eyes. They forgot everything he'd done for them. And when he passed away, the city fell into chaos. Therefore, people stopped being patient. They wanted revenge, and they wanted it now. Without Pericles' calm voice guiding them, Athens unraveled. Leaders who replaced him pushed to war, ignoring the long-term safety for their people. So, driven by anger and pride, they made choices that led Athens into destructions. The city fell into endless battles, each one tearing them further apart, until everything they had once built was lost. And then Pericles' voice, the one voice that had kept them steady, was gone. Therefore, they were left to face the consequences of letting fear, anger, and pride lead them. Pericles' story teaches us something timeless. Sometimes the biggest battles aren't fought outside, they are fought inside ourselves. It's about having the strength to face our own emotions, even when they are screaming at us to act without thinking. So Pericles showed that true strength isn't in fighting every battle. Maybe we are not in ancient Athens facing an enemy army, but every day we face our own challenges. Maybe it's a tough decision, or maybe it's someone pushing our buttons, or perhaps it's fear telling us we cannot do something. When we let our emotions take over, we lose our clarity, just like Athens did with Pericles. So, how do we learn to control our inner chaos? Here's how Pericles might guide us. Pause before reacting. When emotions are high, our first instinct is often to act right away. But Pericles teaches us that true power is in the pause. Therefore, the next time you feel like you are about to explode, take a deep breath. Don't let that moment of anger decide for you. Look beyond the moment. Pericles didn't just think about winning one battle. He thought about the bigger picture for his people. So ask yourself, will this choice help me tomorrow, next week, or even next year? Thinking like this can help you see what really matters. Stay true to your path, even if others doubt you. Pericles held his ground even when people doubted him. And then, if you believe in something, don't let the noise around you shake you. Trust your instincts, especially when you've taken the time to think things through. Sometimes you need to play the best move on the chessboard, even when you know you are losing. This story was inspired by Robert Greene's The Laws of Human Nature, a book that dives deep into the hidden forces that shapes our decisions and actions. If you enjoyed learning about Pericles and want to hear more stories like this, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. We will be exploring more stories and lessons from this book in upcoming videos, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching and I will see you next time.